Well, it must suck being a Liverpool fan at the moment because they have just gone from a league title to one of the most out of form teams who are 17th in the form table. They are literally surviving relegation on the current base form in the Premier League. They have just lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League results. And now, as of recording, yesterday they lost 4-1 at home to PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League. And you do wonder, where does it all gone wrong for Liverpool, and does Arne Slot survive if this goes on? And also, we're going to go back to the age-old question that Roy Keane asked in 2021, are Liverpool bad champions?
They are 27 points down on where they were last season, Roy. That's the biggest drop-off of any Premier League champion. But would you accept there are mitigating circumstances for this Liverpool side?
Well, we spoke before the game about they are making a lot of excuses. To me, they've been bad champions. And I just don't mean today. You can lose a game of football, but I can't figure this group out again. I'm looking at them, and even the game during the weekends, Brighton were comfortable during the game. You can be beaten in the...
Because I know people ridiculed Roy Keane for, well, mainly people from Liverpool ridiculed Roy Keane, what he said. But at the moment, this is worse than what happened in 2021, because then Liverpool were dealing with a lot of injuries. They lost Gomez, they lost Van Dijk. They're basically playing with the defence of Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. I think Trent had a lot of injuries as well, and it was really bad then, but you could see a little bit of justification for this. This Liverpool team is a bit different. They've just won the title. They've spent a load of money in the summer, and we'll get on to the signings and how much some of them are starting to look a little bit like duds. But I think the main concerning issue with Liverpool is that Arne Slot has identified what Liverpool's struggle is, but they're still getting picked out by that struggle. The big thing they were struggling with, according to Arne Slot, was long balls over the top. Going a bit more direct against Liverpool was a way of getting them, and Van Dijk and Konate struggle with that. We'll go on to the full-back situation in a bit, but especially Konate just don't look like he's with it this season. I think he's kind of clocked out from Liverpool because Real Madrid are after him, but I just really think Konate has clocked out. Van Dijk, I'm kind of thinking will they give him an extra 2-3 year deal? I think that's too long. I think that was risky when they done it. I said it from the start that he will decline, Virgil van Dijk, with this deal, because I think he'd be the first to go. And you can see his clear decline because people are just brushing past him now. That defence is a mess. Also losing our youngster, I forget his name, to that ACL injury. That's tragic because he did look like a real player. But, like, if it's not working, I know it's not ideal, just stick Joe Gomez in. Because something needs to change in that centre-back pairing, because it clearly don't work, and I think Virgil van Dijk is declining, and I think Konate just doesn't want to be there. He has Madrid on his mind. That's an issue with Liverpool's defence, and it is just a complete and utter joke just watching them. They just don't look like they communicate, they just do their own thing, and it's costing them. And then we get on to the full-back situation. That situation's also like a complete and utter mess. I think Milos Kerkez doesn't even know how to slide tackle, and that's an issue because he was brought in to be the replacement for Robertson. But I think Robertson looks better than Kerkez, and Tsimikas was better than Kerkez. It's just a shambles that, yeah, he scored a goal against Brentford, Kerkez, but It's just a complete and utter joke. They spent all that money, and I think the pressure Liverpool's getting to them, because obviously it's higher than AFC Bournemouth. But then you have the right back situation, where obviously Frimpong struggle for fitness, Bradley's in and out, and you're playing your best player, who should be playing in midfield, the best player of the season, Dominic Szoboszlai, at right back as a makeshift. Curtis Jones will probably play as a makeshift. It's just a complete and utter mess, and before I go into Trent Alexander-Arnold, I don't justify what Liverpool fans are booing him for. He's won absolutely everything. He deserves a big move to Real Madrid, and I can guarantee you, they seem to forget. They go on about loyalty with Steven Gerrard. He was prepared to go to Chelsea. Seem to forget that, they do. But they are missing Trent massively. The way he passes the ball, the way he can spray across the pitch, his movement. Yes, defensively he wasn't that great, but the way that he moves that ball forward, he used to release Salah a lot, and then Salah has been another one we'll talk about a bit later on. But it's just, they're missing that. It's the link up to the midfield, to Gravenberch, to McAllister, Szoboszlai. It's just like that midfield's totally getting bypassed now, because I think they're missing that massive link, because McAllister hasn't been great. It's just a mess, this Liverpool team is at the moment. I think there's just too many big signings coming in. So we'll get into the signings now, because we got Florian Wirtz, no goals, no assists in the league. Scored in the Champions League against Eintracht Frankfurt. I think that's more because he knows how to play against a Bundesliga team rather than a Premier League team. You've got Milos Kerkez, who can't defend. You've got Jeremy Frimpong, injured, hasn't had the best of starts. Did score a good goal against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. You've got that young centre-back who is injured, which he does look like he's going to be something special in the future. And then you have the likes of Hugo Ekitike, who's really been the only decent one for Liverpool out of the new signings. I think he's the only one who can actually really hold his head up high. Giorgio Mamardashvili, I think he signed last season, but he's come in now fully after having a loan at Valencia. He is going to be ultimately a new signing for Liverpool. And then you got the big money spending striker on Alexander Isak, who is a shell of a player for what he was at Newcastle. Because I think the lack of pre-season, he's basically 6 weeks behind everyone else. He struggled for fitness, and I think his behaviour's bit him. It's like a little bit with Vissa, struggled with injury since he massively strode at the tantrums that he wanted to leave Brentford. But it's just a mess. Like, Isak's not on fire on cylinders. Wirtz, they're all going to be expensive flops, and this is the issue with Liverpool now. They got these expensive flops, which they're going to have to keep because they pumped so much money into it. They pumped money really at the wrong end of the pitch. I think they need to do more work on the defence, centre halves. They have sold Luis Diaz, who is absolutely massive to playing the ball with a bit of pace down the left hand side. Salah is another one that looks clearly declining. I think he's slowly clocking out with the amount of times he's been subbed, he's been benched by Arne Slot. It's just a complete and utter shambles, Liverpool look. And like I said, the only two people who can really seem like they can hold their head up high for Liverpool is Hugo Ekitike and Dominic Szoboszlai. Like, it's just some very questionable decisions at Anfield at the moment. Like, Arne Slot, it's very questionable that he hasn't really changed anything after identifying the issue. And that could be an issue, because if he wants to keep his job, and I think this is worse than what Klopp has been through in the 2020s and 21 season, and where they finished in the Europa League a couple of years ago. At least you can see signs of things changing, but like, I don't know with Slot. I think he's very one-dimensional. I don't think he can adjust to how teams are playing against him. I think they just found out Liverpool, and they are going to drop down the table. Now they're in the bottom half, and I really think they won't get through the Champions League playoff, because I think they'll fall into the playoffs part of the Champions League. But it's just bad to watch. I'm going to run through the form now, because this is just terrible to some of the teams we've lost to. It's Liverpool's last 7 Premier League results now. There's a loss to Crystal Palace away 2-1, which I think Palace could have scored more because Liverpool's defence was getting sliced open, especially in the wide areas. Ismail Assar just loves playing against Liverpool. That's the truth. I think he just loves it. I think he knows the way to break them down. He did it for Watford. Then that's followed by a 2-1 loss against Chelsea, which wasn't that bad really compared to some of these ones, but still quite shocking. It's another 2-1 loss. This is probably the worst one, to Manchester United at home at Anfield. Harry Maguire just shows up, comes in clutch. And then quite an embarrassing 3-2 loss to Brentford away at the G-Tech. And then they followed that with a 2-0 win against Villa, which seems a bit of an anomaly at the moment. Then it was a 3-0 absolute dispatching by Man City. They destroyed Liverpool. Then here we are with a 3-0 loss to relegation candidates, Nottingham Forest. I think they'll survive Forest, but it's just embarrassing to look at. That's the quality of Liverpool. They start the season winning games late. I think Bournemouth opened them up a lot. Semenyo opened up a lot. Newcastle had them on the back foot if we went for the Rio kid who scored the winning goal late. Burnley was a late penalty. Arsenal was just a lucky free kick. I thought Arsenal was a better team against Liverpool, and I think they are the runaway for the league titles. If it was for Szoboszlai's brilliance, Liverpool would be in a hell of a worse state. But like, where's it all going to change if this sacked Slot? Who's going to come in? Is really no one on the manager market apart from Jurgen Klopp, who would suit the way Liverpool want to play. Like, I don't know, I can't even name a single manager that could get the best out of this Liverpool team, because it's not really much out there, because like a lot of managers will want to stay in position. Like, who are they going to go for? Klopp? Ange? I think Ange will be too risky because Liverpool are defensively frail anyway, so I know Liverpool won't go for Ange. It's a very stupid thing, but that's the availability. That's who's out there, and it's just shambolic. Liverpool are at the moment. I just can't say no more. But yeah, I think that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming. Like I said, I'm going to do IRL in-person stuff. I've got a lot more voice recorded documentaries, football card content, because I've got into collecting that, and I could do gaming as well, of FIFA and Football Manager, even though that might not be good. But yeah, tell me what you think of Liverpool, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.